Alrighty, welcome back to WWE 2K26. This is a little bit of a different video today, and I don't know when today actually is going to be. It might either be Friday or Saturday, I don't know yet. Anyways, I said I wanted to do some kind of simulation for Universe Mode, and I couldn't think of anything else. Well, that was focused around WWE 2K26, so I thought we might as well just do some fun simulations for both nights, and I'd give my predictions, and we kind of just, I don't know, see how it goes. So, obviously, this is night one. I've kind of half guessed the order. Of course, this is opening the show, the six-man tag, and they have said that this is within the first hour. It's these first two, so granted, this would have to be second. Personally, I probably would have flipped them around, but, and then they obviously, this is main eventing, and then I kind of just did the rest in a way that, the way it was kind of stacked on the image. This one was also on the top layer along with that one, so like, all right, we'll put that as the two main, and then these were in the middle, so I kind of just shuffled it round to push the other tag team match as far away from that tag match as possible. And then I wanted, because there's no championship match here, I was like, we need to get a championship match in as soon as possible, so that's kind of how, and a women's match in as soon as possible, so that's how I decided that. And then Seth and Gunther just kind of landed partway in between, I guess. And of course, isn't actually the tag match that they will be doing, because they'll either have two people in it at once or four, not all eight, but it's about the closest I can do. So yeah, that is the standing of WrestleMania Night 1. I whacked Jelly rolling with Cody because he's going to be involved in the match in some level or capacity, so I was like, just whack him as a manager, just makes it easier. But yeah, without further ado, let's get to this, shall we? Alright, so, of course, starting off first for WrestleMania Night 1, we have the six-man tag. Of course, that is one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Logan Paul, teaming up with, of course, the other half of the World Tag Team Champions, Austin Theory. And, to a surprise, and somewhat of a weird alliance, it is IShowSpeed. And, of course, they are taking on L.A. Knight. Yeah. Got that timed. And he's, of course, teaming up with the Usos, the former World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Well, just World Tag Team Champions, isn't it? Anyways, let's get to this, shall we? It's a six-man tag. Looks like Austin Theory and LA Knight is starting off on this one. So, I would say this is obviously my first time attempting any of this simulation. Well, it's not my first time attempting this simulation stuff. I did it for, United Champions many years ago with Seth Rollins. He had to defend the title both against Sting and John Cena whatever year that was. I ended up doing both those matches, I think. Other than that, I haven't really done too much simulation stuff. And I'm doing a bit more cuts in this. Instead of it being those two singular videos, I'm doing two videos for each, one video for each night. So, the way I've cut some of these clips of, I don't know, other matches. To be fair, I enjoyed cutting up some of these matches because some of them were very fun, at least from my perspective. But anyways, so of course I'll get into predictions and who I kind of want to win the match, because that could be different answers and maybe what could follow from the matches. Which I was having to debate to myself who I think was actually going to win this match, because I could realistically see it going either way. But I think there might be a shock victory in somehow IShowSpeed may pin LA Knight or something like that, or it may be at least involved in getting LA Knight pinned by one of the tag champs. And that may push to a singles match later on down the line between LA Knight and the Speed, which was kind of the deciding factor to me between who would win the match and who would lose the match. Honestly speaking, I think I'd rather Team Usos and LA Knight win, because give LA Knight that win. Jeez, but also no disrespect to Speed. It's not like I dislike him or anything, but I liked how Jelly Roll went. His team lost at SummerSlam last year. With Logan Paul, of course, was in that matchup. He's a wrestler now, but he's still technically celebrity. He's a bit of both. Where Jelly Roll was just pure celebrity, first time ever in the ring, other than the one chokeslam he did to Austin Theory the prior year or something. So it made sense that he would just have the complete experience disadvantage and not build up the calluses to the ring and whatnot, as I think Walker Stewart puts it. So for that reason, I like the idea that I don't like the idea that celebrities go over all the time. Of course, he beat Kit Wilson, but it was at least a second match at least. So I kind of want the same, in my head, Speed's the celebrity out of everybody here, so I want him to lose just because he feels like he should lose. He has the least amount of experience and whatnot. But I think something will happen, and Speed will end up in another unfortunate occurrence, as it were, from a curse or something, and that will cause him to somehow beat or somehow like hurt LA Knight or something. I could see it going the other way and him costing the Vision by like deciding to jump over. I could see that, and originally that was my idea, but and my guess. But I think they might build to an LA Knight Speed match. I don't know though. That is my guess, but yeah, I'd rather LA Knight and the Usos win just out of credibility's sake. Yeah, I think that's about everything. So we can now finish off this matchup. I have no idea how long it's left. I think I remember who 2K decided, I guess, would win some of these, and I don't remember some of the others. But nonetheless, is it going to be here? Because, you know, it's the CPU. It could end off a jawbreaker. There's also the star rating in the corner. I felt like that was an interesting thing to keep note of. You know, like, I guess, as another way to simulate it, to kind of go, oh, this is how good the match would be. At least how WWE, like 2K26 decides how good the match would be. I think this match will be alright. Well, I don't think it should have opened the show, but I don't know. I reckon it'll be okay. It won't be match of the night, but I don't think it'll be, like, the worst match of the night either. But then again, I'm struggling to think what else is on the card. I've literally just gone through all of it. Maybe it will be one of the worst matches, but not necessarily because it's bad, just because there's better type situation. Is it going to be hit? Nope, Speed powers back out of it. Speed's been in this match decent bit. I found him on Community Creations. It was like the second choice. Yeah, it does say the No Island version. And just say the same with the state, like the arenas. I think they got like announced when the stage like got previewed as soon as I did all this. I was like, it's not gonna. Nobody's on Community Creations gonna build it yet, or that quickly. So I just used this one that I found like a few weeks ago, and I didn't download it. But yeah, I thought it looked solid. There's a WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 version. So I thought that was cool. And so I was like, I'll go with that one. Because it looked solid. And I did all the show stuff. Not that I showed too much of it, I don't think. But, you know, I thought it looked solid. So these matches are varying in length. Like I said, I may have overdone how much I've cut out of it. Oh, okay. They went by a count out. That's very much how it could happen. Yeah, so some of them might be varying lengths, but I think they're about like 5 minutes each, maybe, something like that. Anyways, there you go. Well, in total with entrances and in victories and whatnot, I think maybe, something like that. I don't know. But I guess WWE 2K26 has decided that it will be the Vision and the Speed walking away with the win, and they believe it will be a 3-star matchup. Well, up next then, it is the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, taking on the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, in an unsanctioned match. Alright, let's get to this then. Personally, I would have made this open the show. Between the two matches that were announced as the first match of the night, I would have put this match as the opener, because I think it just would have been the more fun match. Though I think the whole reason they put the other match first was because it's Speed, and they kind of wanted to get retention or something. Because, you know, celebrities, they wanted to get them at the start of the show. But whatever. Anyways, this is an unsanctioned match. I did custom create the unsanctioned match. I just basically did no odds barred and just, I think I switched a few of the weapons around. I wasn't 100% what weapons to choose. I think I did change a few. Because it's not like a street fight where I'd just for the fun of it give them a stop sign and stuff like that. Because it's and a trash can and a trash lid. Because it's stuff that you find on a street, maybe a traffic cone as well. An unsanctioned match, I wasn't quite sure, you know, what weapons are going to be in it. And then I was part of me just thinking what would be a fun thing, but also just what are they likely to have or use or whatnot. No, because they're obviously going to use weapons. They'll probably use a table. I think that's an obvious one. They'll probably use the stairs too. So I wouldn't be surprised. And Drew McIntyre brought in those handcuffs. So I have a feeling at some point somebody's getting tied to a rope or something. Or handcuffed to a rope, I guess. But yeah, anyways. Who do I think is going to win this match? And who do I want to win the match? Honestly speaking, I think Jacob Fatu is winning this match. Just because I just see that happening. Which, because, you know, I mean, everybody goes on about how Drew McIntyre doesn't get what he deserves. But I was thinking about it not too long ago. It was like literally like an hour ago. Drew McIntyre, at least he's ended up on the card this year. Like, people like Damian Priest was like world champion and cashed in the Money Bank briefcase 2 years ago. He took on Drew McIntyre last year, of course. Like, Tiffany took on Charlotte last year for the WWE Women's Championship and retained. Yet, like, neither Tiffany or Damian are on the card. At least Drew McIntyre is in an unsanctioned match for like the second year in the row. I'm not quite sure what the actual official type of match it was last year between him and Damian, but it was effectively the same, no disqualification situation. And there's one of the fun weapons I brought in. It's one of the new weapons. And Jacob Fatu eating it straight away with a future shock DDT. Damn. What a shot. I thought I'd keep that in. I thought that'd be fun. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, as much as it's not what, you know, like a WWE Championship match, at least he's got a match on the card. That is something. And it's with Jacob Fatu, a solidly big guy and popular guy, and in an unsanctioned match will be, I think this will be memorable. This could be match of the night if they really let them go all out, I think. I don't think they will, because it's WWE and no disqualification matches, so I don't know if it'll be as good as it could be. Well, it definitely won't be as good as it could be, but I do hope that, I do believe it will be a very solid match. And then who I want to win, honestly, oh, no, kick out there. I'm not, yeah, again, I wasn't 100% sure. I think I'm leaning more towards Drew McIntyre because I'm just a bigger fan of Drew McIntyre than I am Jacob Fatu. But I question how much a win or loss will do for either guy. Because I think no matter win or loss, they'll probably still push Jacob more. So I don't think it 100% matters. You know what I mean? So I'm not too heavy in either way. I wouldn't be like annoyed if Drew McIntyre lost, but I think I'm leaning more towards wanting McIntyre to win, but I'm expecting Fatu to win. Which at the minute, that seems to be how I'm going at the minute. I'm expecting the one I want to win less to lose. I want the one side to win. Oh, gonna be it? Nope, kick out there. That'd have been nice at least ending on a Claymore. But yeah, I want one side to win, but I reckon the other side will win. Anyways, the Bayley DDT by Jacob Fatu. Will it win off a finisher? Let's hope. 1, 2. Oh, kick out there. Yeah, I thought I'd try. I wasn't quite sure what to do with all these, where to choose. I was like, I wanted to make sure if finishes were done or whatever, if any big moments happen. And obviously, Jacob got busted open off a stomp, so I wanted to show that if he was, just to make sure he wasn't randomly bleeding at one point. You know, submissions, they very rarely happen, but, you know, I wanted to show them as well. And, well, if I remembered, it's not as obvious that the submission's on screen when I'm watching, when I'm looking for the clips, which looks like Drew McIntyre has been chosen by WWE 2K26 as the winner of this matchup. Who I predicted would won first, and who I wanted to win second has won here. So, you know, it's kind of one apiece, I guess. That doesn't mean necessarily know who's actually going to win the match at Mania. But I guess we will see. And 2K26 decided this is a better match than the opener. And it's a 4-star rating. Alright, so up next, it is that Women's Intercontinental Championship match. It is the Mad Becky Lynch, Big Time Bex, versus AJ Lee. Everybody's favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. Did I get that right? I think I got that right. Anyways, of course, it's the first title match on the card. At least on my route. I'm not quite sure if I got the entire order correct. I doubt I have. The middle three, I think, are going to be questionable on this one. But you could probably whack it anyway around. But I'd make sure that there was a title match here and a women's match here. So it was either this one or the tag match. I decided this one. Just separate out the two tag style matches, of course. So let's get it on. AJ Lee, a Becky Lynch. Now, by the time I recorded this, I didn't see anything about it, but I did see that Paige is apparently maybe signed with WWE. Maybe. So I think that could very much play a factor to this match, maybe. I know some people think that she's going to replace Nikki Bella, but from what I hear, Nikki Bella's okay. Plus, it's a fucking 8-woman match, so realistically speaking, she could quite easily phone it in a little bit and just be on the outside for most of it, like she was with the Brawls. Just have Lash Legend bash her into the ring post again, and then she could just kind of be there for some big spots. But other than that, it can mainly be the other 7 women in the match. You know, and probably people won't think too much of it. Anyways, that's for the later match. This right now, we are focusing on the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. The first time this title has actually been defended on pay-per-view. Sorry, on WrestleMania, sorry. It's definitely been defended on pay-per-view. Which, last year, it was only... The champion was on Mania and won the Women's Tag Team Champions in Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch's tag partner, but... it did not get defended, which is at least more than the Women's United States titles had both years. Which I still believe we should have had a triple threat match of Julia, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green. Would have got all three on the card very nicely. I mentioned Tiffany Stratton earlier, probably should be on the card, considering she defended the Women's Championship successfully against the Royal Rumble winner Charlotte Flair. But yeah, I can't deny that it still feels like a big match. I think that maybe this has been where AJ Lee should have won the championship, not at Chamber. I think it might have been a bit of a bigger moment. You could have had some storyline of, you know, AJ Lee having the doubt that she just doesn't got it anymore to be a singles wrestler and be a champion, a singles champion. So of course she won the mixed tag match, but you know she had Punk. Now this could have been like a thing that she just couldn't believe she could get it done by herself. But no, they just got her to win just for the pop in Chicago, which for Chicago wasn't the best. But who I see winning this match, I actually have. Yeah, I don't know. There's some strong choices who I think is going to win some matches, and there's others it could really go either way. I think AJ's winning this match, and I kind of want AJ to win this match, but I don't think Lynch has got too much long left on her contract. I think I saw that somewhere, and I think I remember somewhere she said that this was like her last contract, or something like that. I could be mistaken, so maybe that could be another reason for her to lose if she just doesn't have the time left. I don't know. But that is my guess and my prediction. Then who I want to win, I think it's all AJ Lee on all accounts. So we'll see if 2K26 can decide the same way. Jeez. Manhandle slam by Becky Lynch. And looking to charge it for another one, I guess. But looking to do it from the rear this time. And another manhandle slam. Covers AJ Lee. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I kind of perfectly timed that a little bit, I guess. I might show a little bit shorter than the others, which it probably will be. But you know, Becky looks like 2K26 has decided that Becky Lynch is going to be walking out IC champion. I didn't pick her for who I predicted to win or who I wanted to win. Not that I dislike Becky Lynch winning it, but like I said, I just, you know, prefer AJ Lee more at the minute. But yeah, looks like 2K26 has decided that Becky Lynch will regain that IC Championship at WrestleMania Night 1, and has decided that it's a 3-star matchup. And we've got some news that she is the champ, of course, now. Alright, next on the agenda, his wife just won back that Intercontinental Championship. Now it's his turn to get his matchup. It's Seth freaking Rollins versus the career killer, Gunther. Of course, this match was kind of a bit of like an impromptu one from the looks of it. Of course, we were probably going to get Seth and Bron Breakker, then probably Seth and Bronson Reed. And of course, neither of those happened. And supposedly Gunther was taking on Rey Mysterio, but I don't know. Not too confident on that decision, though Rey's competing on the following night. And I think this definitely could have opened the opportunity for a following matchup, like an extra matchup on night 2, being that Women's United States Triple Threat match that's finally defended at WrestleMania, get some prestige in that one. I think that it could very easily taken the second match of this two kind of merged. This match was merged from, but yeah. Anyways, I think this definitely could be match of the night. I do agree, it definitely could be, but we'll see. Definitely has got the least story going into it, but yeah. I suppose it's, yeah. But match-wise, it should be good, hopefully speaking. Who do I want to win this match, and who do I think will win this match? I do very strongly believe Gunther is winning this matchup. I don't see a world where he doesn't. And then, I don't know, I don't feel necessarily too strongly either way to who would want to win. I think I more want Gunther to win just so I'm right. If you know what, if I'm right that I'm predicting that my prediction's right, I kind of want Gunther to win, just so I've predicted correctly. Yeah, that's about as best I've got in this match. Like I said, I don't think. I also think the loss doesn't hurt Rollins as much. Not that necessarily it hurts Gunther, but to be fair, I think Gunther needs to be taken down a peg or two, anyways. The fact that he went from like basically being only champion to now taking careers, I don't know, like where does it end? Like, what's the next level up? Does he just got to be like killing people or something? You just take career off his name and just call him the Killer. Like, what's the next level up for Gunther? And I feel like they just got to do something a bit more with him than just big fight feels only, maybe, in my opinion. And I don't know how they decide to get to that, whether they even choose to do that. But anyways, looks like, but I have a feeling because of that, Gunther is winning this matchup. Plus, he's lost both his previous WrestleMania matches, so I think they want him to get a win, because he lost to Jey Uso last year for the World Championship, and he lost to Sami Zayn for the IC Championship the year before. So I think they want him to have a win at Mania, and I could definitely see them getting Rollins to lose to him for it. I could definitely see that happening. I did hear something about Bron Breakker apparently being cleared now, so I don't know, but I heard that like at a point where maybe they could have quite easily pivoted last second back to Rollins and Bron Breakker again before getting Gunther involved, but maybe my timing is remembering that differently. But so that could very also mean that Rollins is losing because of an interference from Bron Breakker, or like Paul Heyman or something, who might be involved in this match to some extent. I don't know. But anyways, a powerbomb there from Gunther. 1, 2, 3. Jeez. I'm pretty sure that was the first powerbomb to Rollins, but Rollins, I'm pretty sure curb stomped him earlier. The new corner one as well. But yeah, that was definitely a lot shorter match than any of those others. I don't think that will be this will be the shortest match on the card. I think it could quite easily be one of the longer ones. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily one of the short ones, but it's not exactly a championship match. Anyways, 2K26 believes Gunther's winning, and believe will be a 3.5-star matchup. And then so up next, kind of like the final batch of the group 2, I guess maybe, is of course the Bella twins, Nikki and Brie Bella, and then also the team of the role model of Bayley and our tag team partner Lyra, Valkyria. Also taking on the team of Alexa Bliss and her possibly best friend, maybe frenemy, whatever, Charlotte Flair. And then of course the champions, the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend. So let's get to this, shall we? Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a crazy one, like I said in the intro. Of course, I'm probably not going to be able to get the exact match here, because chances are either it's going to be the 4-way, it's going to be a tag match. So there's going to be people on the ring side, I'm pretty sure, and that will leave either 2 women in the ring at all times, and they can tag in their opponents, or at least their opponents can tag them in themselves in, or we'll have 1 member from each team in the ring at all times type thing. I hope it's the latter, because I think that's infinitely better. And I think it just creates a bit more chaos than the other style. Because the other style's you've got so many people and they're just all just sat around doing nothing. You know what I mean? But it just adds a little bit more fun to it. Especially because it's WrestleMania. I feel like we need, at the very least, if it's not going to be Tornado, then we need the 1 woman in the ring from each team. Just because, like I said, it can get a little bit more crazy that way. But anyways, that's that. So that's my hope, and I do believe they will go with the 1 woman from each team. But yeah. Anyways, so right, let's actually get to the prediction of the result, not the prediction of what the match will play out to be. I guess is see, I think that the Bella twins will walk out with the win. It just does seem like the way to do it. I think the Irresistible Forces are dropping their title here, no matter what, because this is the easy way so they don't get pinned necessarily, or at least if they do get pinned, it's because 6 people attacked them at once, type thing. So I could see that being the way it goes down, and I'm pretty sure the Bella twins are picking up the win. Oh jeez. I'm not quite sure who I think I want Bayley and Lyra to win out of everybody there, because I feel like Bayley and Lyra would be solidly fighting champions, which I think if the Bella twins win, I'm not quite sure how much they wrestle, and we don't want these women's tag team titles to go back into not being used very much. So I think Bayley and Lyra are probably the best bet in terms of being actively used the most anyways. But also, we've already kind of recently seen Alexa and Charlotte is champion not too long ago, and of course the Irresistible Force, I think, are dropping it anyways. So I think new champions are guaranteed. I would like it to be Bayley and Lyra, but you know, I guess we'll see how that all plays out. But it'd be interesting to see. I'm not. I think this match could very much go either way. It could be either be a very good match, or I don't know, a bit of a I don't know. I think it also just does depend on how many people are going to be legal at once type situation. I think is very much how it could go and how good Nikki is with her ankle. Like I said in the earlier match, I think chances are even if her ankle is a bit fucked, she'll still probably wrestle, but she'll do a lot less. Just like she's been doing when she has been on TV. I'm not even sure if she shows... Oh, jeez. Not sure if she even shows up to SmackDown. But yeah. Anyways, it looks like WWE 2K26 has picked out who I believe will win. And it seems like they seem to agree that it will be the Bella Twins. Which I've got to say, I'm pretty sure that Brie Bella is a core superstar. It's a pretty good core. It does kind of look like Nikki, but I suppose that's... I mean, they are twins. But still. Nonetheless... yeah, they got the win. And WWE 2K26 decided that they will get the win. I do believe they will get the win. And what is the match rating? They believe that the match will be a 4-star match. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. Alright, up next we have that Women's World Championship match. The Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan, takes on the Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. Alright, what? This is I think this might be the semi-main event. I don't know. I don't think it will, but it's semi-main event here because I just did it on the way, like I said, on the way that the Instagram page and the photos and whatever it showed it lined up. So yeah, here we go. It probably won't semi-main event. It might, but I don't know. Maybe it might go like third or something to split it up. I have no clue. But nonetheless, let's get to this. I did originally think at one point this would main event, and then we found out. And then I was like, oh, as soon as Elimination Chamber kind of going around, and then especially once Cody beat Drew, I was like, alright, I don't think this is main eventing night one anymore. But at one point I did actually believe that this was main eventing night one. But yeah, anyways, let's get to predictions. There's obviously the whole X Factor that I've kind of got outside. I've got both Raquel and Roxanne outside. Whether both women get involved, I don't know. But I do believe that Liv Morgan is winning this. Because as much as Raquel may turn on Liv, I very much think that could happen later on down the line and set up a Women's World Championships match at SummerSlam between Liv and Raquel. I mean, we could say the same for Roxanne, to be fair, as well. There's a possibility that she could betray instead of Raquel. But yet again, could also happen and lead to a match at SummerSlam, which I think is more than likely. So as much as maybe we might see glimpses of possible betrayal from at least one of them, if not both of them, I don't necessarily know if that will happen. Like, the actual betrayal will happen tonight. I do believe Liv will win the championship. And in terms of who I want to win, I feel like I'd also just give it to Liv. Because I remember her last Women's World title reign, and she did kind of just face Rhea Ripley for about 20 years. Other than the one match like Io Sky. And a little bit with Zelina. Like, but that I don't even think she defended against Zelina. I think she literally just like teamed with Dominic, so Dominic could beat Ray, and just Zelina happened to be the woman of LWO, so ended up being the counterpart. It's pretty much all it ended up being. So I would like to see a more diverse array of opponents for Liv Morgan to defend that world title against, in my opinion. That's kind of why I wanted to win. Because, yeah. You could probably say a similar thing to Stephanie. But to be fair, she's been champion a decent bit now. So I think I kind of want Liv to take it now. And we can see, as things go for like SummerSlam or something. I don't know. But I do believe that Liv is picking up the title at WrestleMania. But will feud with Raquel or Roxanne at some point down the line. Which one and who and when, I don't know. But I do believe it will probably be something like SummerSlam. Because also there's the Italy pay-per-view, and I think Liv's decently big in Italy. So I think the chances are that they'll want her to walk in as champion then. Because they had the whole like Mona Lisa painting. Which, if something similar could happen like that, because I'm pretty sure Roxanne took out that turnbuckle and Liv's just gone into it. Oh, I thought you were about to go into it a second time. Something very similar could happen like that at Mania, and Liv could still win. But yeah, one of those. But I do believe they'll want her to walk into champion in Italy. I mean, I think it's even possible that I think Liv will have a big match next year at Mania because it's in Saudi Arabia. So I think Liv will be one of the main women on the card. So very much could also be, maybe she could hold the championship a year. I don't think she will, but she'll probably be involved in a title match that year. One of the bigger women's matches on the card. I imagine will be a Liv Morgan matchup. So very much she could hold the championship for a year or drop it and then regain it later. I think that's very much possible. So I do think Liv will probably circle around. If she does not pick it up here, then she will pick it up later. Maybe that's might what happen actually. I mean, I don't think it will, but maybe, like I said, Raquel or Roxanne do cost Liv, and then that leads to yeah, I don't know why Becky Lynch is out here. I don't know why, because I think she came out as an enemy to Stephanie, which doesn't quite make sense. It would make sense if it was the other way around, but I don't know. But yeah, I think it would make maybe Liv then picks it up later after she's dealt with the rivalry of whoever's betrayed her tonight on this show. Maybe that could happen. That's the only bit that's kind of swaying me a bit, but I do believe Liv Morgan is picking up the win. Unlike what WWE 2K26 has decided for us here. Looks like from WWE 2K26's perspective, it believes that Stephanie Vaquer will walk out still as champion, which very much could happen. I do think this match will be a very good match. I am very much looking forward to it. Probably one of the main matches of night one I'm looking forward to. But anyways, that is 6 matches down and 1 more to go. So as we wait for that match rating, we'll be ready for the main event. There we go. And 2K believes it will be a 4.5-star matchup. Pretty good. Anyways, now it is time for the main event, the definitive main event of night 1 of WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. It is the Elimination Chamber winner, the Viper, looking to get that 15th World Championship and untie himself from tied third place. It is Randy Orton, and of course, taking on the WWE Undisputed Champion, the man that defeated Drew McIntyre to get this championship back. And he is, of course, the American Nightmare, accompanied by Jelly Roll, because I do believe Jelly Roll will be featured in this match to some level or degree in some way, shape, or form. So he's just whacking the manager here. It is, of course, Cody Rhodes. Whew. Yeah, this match. I think that this match still feels like a big match. It could feel so much bigger though, but it definitely still does feel like a big match. But anyhow, it is Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton for the WWE Undisputed Championship. So let's get to it for the main event of night 1. Who will win in terms of WWE 2K26? Who do they believe will win the game? Oh, sorry, who does the game believe will win the match? I guess we'll have to just find out. But yeah, I do believe Pat McAfee said he is leaving. Oh, he said he'd leave if Randy Orton lost, which he's a heel, so he can lie. But if that is so much true, I could very much well believe that Randy Orton would pick up the victory. Just to, that's then again. I was gonna say so that they didn't have to keep that promise. Adam Page lost that the AEW World Championship, and I'm not quite sure. Well, that championship match, and I don't know what he's gonna do now because he seemed like a AEW home like he's gonna be there for life type situation. Like a loyalist, but I'm not quite sure now. But I guess we'll see as time goes on. But we're not focusing on AEW right now. We are focusing on WWE. I'm just linking that does give me a little bit of doubt that it is possible. And Pat McAfee's not exactly as big as Hangman Adam Page is. Even with TKO, I still think Hangman Adam Page is a bigger part of AEW. But nonetheless, yeah, I do believe Randy Orton is walking out with the win. Like I said, it would make him sole third place because he's currently tied third with Triple H, if I'm not mistaken. But this will make him sole third, of course. John Cena number 1, Ric Flair number 2. But yeah, it could be very interesting. I don't think Cody's walking away with the win, and I don't think I want him to either. Just because Cody's been like a champ, I feel like that he's mainly held the WWE Championship. Sure, Drew McIntyre had it for a little bit, but Cody's held it for the majority of like the past, and same with Cena, held it for a bit too. But Cody's only been holding it, or circling the rival, or circling the championship for the entire time. And so I just want a little bit of a breath of something different, even if it is only for a few months. So I want Randy Orton to win. Hey, you know, it'd be nice to see him get that 15th championship. The only thing that doesn't make me want it to win is, you know, it's kind of obviously that similar vibe to John Cena last year, where it's like, sure, he's just broken Ric Flair's record. This is history making, and Travis Scott's there in the same space that it's. If Randy Orton does this, it becomes sole third and possibly his last world championship, and it's also surrounded by Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll. No disrespect to like Jelly Roll and whatnot, but you know. He's not exactly the bad part of this story, but oh jeez, what the fuck just happened there? I don't know, but you get what I mean. I don't want it like this possible last championship to also be surrounded by this like celebrity helping him pick up the win, just like Cena. You know, so that would be nice if Randy Orton, like I said, I want him to win, but not this way. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was happy that Cena won his 17th championship, but we didn't want it to win Travis Scott with Travis Scott involved and whatnot. So anyways, that's my prediction. And it looks like WWE 2K26 agrees with me. He agrees with who I want to win and who I agree I think will win. I do believe it'll be Randy Orton picking up the victory. I know that'd be mean Cody Rhodes will lose back-to-back Manias. But to be fair, he won WrestleMania 40. There's no real, like, unchanging that, you know what I mean? Possibly one of the greatest Mania moments of all time. But anyways, like I said, W2K26, this is what they predicted for night 1 of WrestleMania 42. I'm curious how much you agreed with. This is going to come out a little bit later than I wanted it to, but it'll have to do. How much do you agree with this on who you want to win, on who you think will win, and how much do you agree with W2K26's predictions as well? I don't believe anyone who agrees that Becky Lynch will randomly take part in the WWE Women's World Championship match, but nonetheless. And any possible surprise returns or debuts or whatever, it'll be very interesting to see. W2K26 believes this will be a 3.5-star matchup. So yeah, anyways, I do believe that is all for me. So hopefully this helped you be a bit more hyped for WrestleMania 42. Sorry, I was going to say 31 then. 42. And just, I don't know, just get that a little bit more oomph, hopefully. And yeah, enjoy the show. And of course also night 2, which I'll do a separate video for. And I'll record that before night 1 even happens. So, you know, if anything happens in between, I won't pick that up on that. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, peace.